Hello folks, welcome back. Chris in Central Pennsylvania. While this video is about refugee aspirants from South Africa, it is directed specifically at two organizations, USCIS and Church World Service. And this video comes out of frustration and the opaque nature of both these organizations in addressing refugee concerns over the past several months. Now, let's be clear. Refugees, it can be a very long process. It can take months or years. We understand that. Also, it can take a long time to investigate a case to determine whether a denial is appropriate. And there will be denials. But as of January 31st, we can confirm that nobody has officially received a denial. But they will be coming. We understand that. However, USCIS and Church World Services have they both have moral obligations or legal obligations, and in the case of Church World Service, a contractual obligation to process these cases for aspirants. My patience is worn thin. I've been professional. I've made excuses for the government, plausible reasons why things will be delayed, but at this stage, now months later, the lack of concern, the lack of urgency on the part of Church World Service and by USCIS when it comes to a number of different circumstances is beyond concern. It is now time to report this conduct or lack of conduct to Congress. I have offered since November, that I feel the need to go to my congressman. And if you think I won't, I will do that in the coming week. I will be contacting my U.S. congressman, who is a member of the Freedom Caucus, who will take this seriously, someone I know personally. I'm sick of this nonsense. Specifically, there are people who sent the PRM email in last year, never received a phone call. Fair enough. It was a proof of concept. There were people who then sent in the statement of interest at my recommendation in May. Never been contacted. Thousands applied. Could be an oversight. Could be somewhere lost in the pile. Fair enough. Those people also then did the intake questionnaire. Yet many, I know of hundreds, who have never even had the courtesy of an email or a phone call. People who've now applied for this program in January, February, and even March have received phone calls and emails, and some have been interviewed. And anecdotally, some claim to have already come over, and I've talked to a few of these people. What is going on here? That in itself is cause for concern. No refugee has a right to come to America. We're not demanding that. No refugee has a right to demand anything from the U.S. government or the taxpayer. That's not the argument here. But this program is running, and these incompetent actions bear scrutiny and oversight. And if USCIS isn't going to answer these questions publicly and continue to be opaque, and Church World Service is going to continue to fail to do its job contractually, it is time for congressional oversight into what is happening here. Absolutely. Absolutely. If an official from USCIS wishes to come on this program and explain what's going on, you have an open forum. You will be treated with respect. But this opaque behavior is unacceptable. We, the taxpayers, want answers. Now, all of those people are concerned. But the other concern, one that is disheartening, one that is frustrating, one that is unacceptable, are the South Africans who went through the process and were approved to travel to America, but had the misfortune of being caught up in the Democrats' shameful shutdown of the U.S. government. So people from 26 September till around the 12th of October who had plane tickets. These are people who liquidated their homes, ended their leases, sold their properties, got rid of their vehicles, and went to the airport or were about to go to the airport where they're supposed to fly from, only for a Lucy-like behavior of the U.S. government to pull the carpet out from under them. Those people should have been the first people that flew to America after the lockdown was over. Yet a few hundred of them still sit in South Africa. Why? Why? Some of them cases, the stupid portal have come back to saying, now under review. Why? How about an answer to this, USCIS, Church World Service? Why have you not booked those people to come over? They were already approved. Unless there's a denial coming, there's no basis for this to happen. Then we had the shutdown for some strange reason, which affected many people in January. People still came over, but a bunch of cases, the people had tickets and they didn't fly. Largely because Church World Service did not inform these people. This is unacceptable. What about that group of people for 1 week? And then we have the people who had tickets who were supposed to fly from the 23rd of February when the additional shutdown and revamp of the program took place from 23 February to 9 March. There were people who had tickets on the 23rd, 24th, 25th, and so on. Those people have not flown, and they do not have an answer, and they're in the same boat. This is morally reprehensible. How would you like it, USCIS, if we told you you're being sent to Thailand from D.C.? You cancel your lease on your apartment in Northern Virginia, you sell your car, and then you're told, oh, we were just kidding. You're going to stay in D.C. What the hell are you supposed to do? Find a new apartment? Find a new house? Buy a new car? Only for them to pull the carpet out from you again? This is sickening that these people don't share the sense of urgency that I share about this program. It's disgraceful. Absolutely disgraceful. Some of these people's very lives are in jeopardy. They're under threat. Some very serious cases of people's lives are in jeopardy, and you've left them out there with no answers and left them hanging. It's not acceptable. This is a stain on this nation's reputation, one we can ill afford right now with global events going on, and a own goal that was not necessary to shoot into our own net. Stupid. What is the problem, USCIS, Church World Service? Why will you not process these people who've already been approved, and not only been approved, but had flight reservations? And now they sit October, November, December, January, February, March, April, 7 months later, and you have no concern about their welfare and well-being. Does Washington not know about this? Does the president not know that you are neglecting these people who you've already approved to come to America? Does he not know? Well, he will know soon, and so will my congressman. You've been given more than enough time to be responsive to this effort. This is unacceptable. Unacceptable. And I've had enough of it. Watch this space. Cheers.